Alright, let's talk about something that plagues so many guys. Something frustratingly common. It's the dance. The push and pull. Specifically, why is it the moment you stop showing you care, the moment you ease off the gas, is also the moment she starts to panic and chase you back again? It feels almost unfair, doesn't it? You pour energy into texting, planning dates, being attentive, showering her with compliments, and sometimes it feels like she takes it for granted. Then you decide to give yourself a little breathing room, maybe focus on your own life, and bam! Suddenly you're the most interesting man in the world again. It's not magic. It's not manipulation, though it can feel that way. It's deeply rooted in psychology, in how attraction works, and in a little thing called perceived value. We're going to unpack this, layer by layer, so you understand why this happens, and more importantly, how to use it to build a genuinely stronger connection with her. Part 1, the comfort zone and the assumption of availability. Think about human nature. We tend to take things for granted when they're consistently available, like the air we breathe or the sun rising each morning. If something is always there, we stop actively appreciating it. She's likely been conditioned by past experiences, and even just societal norms, that a man who likes her will continuously demonstrate that liking. You've been playing into that expectation. You've been consistently demonstrating your interest, which is great. It shows you're attentive and thoughtful. But after a while, it becomes the baseline. It's no longer something special, it's just what she expects. She settles into a comfortable zone where your attention feels guaranteed. This isn't necessarily her fault. This is how we all operate to some degree. We adapt to our environment. When you're constantly available, consistently showing effort, she subconsciously starts to assume that availability will always be there. She doesn't feel a sense of urgency because she knows you'll always circle back. Think about it like this. If you offer someone a gift every single day for a month, they might say thank you each time, but the initial excitement fades. The impact diminishes with repetition. But if you suddenly stop giving them gifts for a few days, they start to wonder what happened. They miss the gesture. Part 2, the loss aversion principle and the fear of missing out, FOMO. This is where things get really interesting. We're wired to feel the pain of loss more strongly than the pleasure of gain. This is called loss aversion. It's a fundamental principle in behavioral economics, and it applies beautifully to attraction. When you consistently show her care, she gains your attention. That's good, but it doesn't necessarily create a strong emotional pull. It's a positive thing, but not a vital one. However, when you withdraw that attention, even slightly, suddenly there's a potential loss. She starts to wonder, is he losing interest? Is he meeting someone else? Am I going to miss out on something good? That little seed of doubt is powerful. It triggers the fear of missing out, FOMO. Suddenly, your attention isn't just nice to have, it feels like something she might actually lose. This FOMO creates a subtle anxiety. She starts to reevaluate you, and her perception shifts. You're no longer just the guy who likes me. You become the guy who might not like me anymore, which is far more intriguing. The potential loss of your attention becomes more compelling than the consistent gain she was used to. Part 3, the re-establishment of value and the power dynamic shift. When you consistently chase, you subtly communicate that her approval is important to you. You're demonstrating a need for her validation. While there's nothing wrong with wanting someone to like you, too much chasing can diminish your perceived value. It suggests you're easily replaceable. By pulling back slightly, not disappearing completely, but reducing the frequency of texts, being less readily available, focusing on your own life, you subtly re-establish your value. You're saying, I have a life outside of you, and my happiness isn't solely dependent on your approval. This creates a subtle power dynamic shift. It's not about dominance or control, it's about balance. When she sees that you're content even without constant interaction, she starts to see you as more independent, more interesting, and therefore more desirable. Think of it like this. If someone is desperate for your attention, you might enjoy the flattery, but you don't necessarily value their attention as much. But if someone who's generally cool and collected gives you their time and focus, that feels special. It feels earned. Part 4, how to implement this. The art of strategic withdrawal. Okay, so how do you actually put this into practice? Here's the breakdown. Don't be afraid of a little space. After a good date or a nice interaction, don't immediately bombard her with texts. Give it a few hours, maybe even a day. Let her initiate sometimes. Focus on your own life. This is crucial. Have hobbies, passions, friends, goals. When you're genuinely engaged in your own world, you become more interesting and less reliant on her for validation. She'll sense that energy. Respond thoughtfully, not instantly. You don't need to reply to every text within 30 seconds. Take a moment to formulate a thoughtful response. It shows you're not just waiting by the phone. Reduce the check-in texts. Stop asking, "How was your day?" all the time. Let her share when she wants to. Instead, focus on initiating plans or sharing something interesting about your day. Be okay with a little mystery. Don't reveal everything about yourself at once. Leave some room for discovery. A little intrigue keeps things exciting. Don't be afraid to be slightly less accommodating. If she asks you to change your plans last minute, it's okay to say, "I already had something going on, but how about we do it tomorrow?" Show her that your time is valuable. Important nuances. It's not about playing games. This isn't about being cold or aloof. It's not about making her work too hard for your attention. It's about creating a healthy balance and demonstrating self-respect. The goal isn't to make her panic. It's to create a dynamic where she genuinely appreciates your attention when you do give it. It's about fostering a connection based on mutual respect and genuine attraction, not just neediness or convenience. Part 5, the long game. Building lasting attraction. The initial chase is fun, but the real goal is to build lasting attraction. Strategic withdrawal helps with that by creating emotional investment. When she feels like she might lose you, she invests more emotionally in the connection. Increasing her curiosity, a little mystery keeps her wanting to know more about you. Strengthening your self-confidence. When you're not constantly seeking her approval, you radiate confidence, which is incredibly attractive. Ultimately, this isn't just about getting her to chase you. It's about creating a dynamic where both of you are actively contributing to the connection and both of you feel valued and appreciated. So next time she starts chasing after, you've eased off a little, don't see it as manipulation. See it as a sign that your strategy is working. See it as an opportunity to deepen the connection and build something truly meaningful. Now go out there, be yourself, focus on your own life, and let her discover just how good things are when she has your attention. You deserve someone who appreciates you for who you are, not just because you're always available. You got this.